Hello everybody, this is Hotshot. Welcome to Hotshot Reviews. This is the new video review for the Transformers Prime RID toy line, deluxe class, Dead End. I love this figure, and I'm sorry I'm talking so weirdly. It's just that someone in my house is asleep, and I don't want to shout too hard, and they wake up, and I'm just up, and I wanted to get a video out soon, so yeah. So here he is. He is a repaint and a slight remold of the Prime Wheeljack figure. Now, I love the figure. I love the vehicle mode. I don't know what it's actually based off of, but I'm just going to say it's a cool sports car. It's very nice. I love the whole neon green with orange. It works. I like the hints of black all around it. I love it. These were like a bright red or like a darkish red to like even out all the stuff because it makes him look cool. He's got like a random Decepticon symbol on his side because the backs of him become his shoulders. Now, underneath, you can't really see much of his body parts because it hides it okayish. And then the swords are like just right there, so that's just the one bit of kibble you can see. They are removable. Come on, there we go. They are removable, and they are also in the neon green paint, and they are attached by this hole right here and a peg. One second, a peg right there, and you would just slide it in. There's your weapon storage and vehicle mode, and it does hide it very well. Unlike with most of the Transformers, where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna hide it on top of the car, no, I'm gonna hide it behind the car, I'm gonna hide it in front of the car. Actually, forget what I said that one, because he can do that. Now, if you remove the swords from beneath, you can see the feet, but they look not that bad, but you can also see, sorry the light's kind of bad, but you can also see the head just popping out right there. Now, if you want to stick the swords to the front of the car, there are pegs right here, and they will go into the slots in the swords. So you would just boop and boop into place. Now he's got these weird, either razor sharp tusks, like he was a mammoth. Wait, meow. So they do go on the front, and it's just make him look like a stabber. Like you can just drive by and shank a person. It's like, hey, shank, 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 shanky, shanky, shank. Yeah, so I don't really do that in the front because it doesn't look like a car if it does that. So I would always keep them underneath, or I would just not have them at all. But we'll get away from the car for a second, and we'll take a look at the swords. Now the swords are, I think, like fully cast in a black plastic, but painted over with the black to make it look more nice. And it is then painted neon green for the blade. I think that's very nice, cause I'm gonna be doing a stop motion soon, starring Dead End. And I'm going to use his swords like weird lightsabers so they can just cut through anything. And I think the neon green will help. Now, they do have like little molded detailing right there. I don't exactly know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's Cybertronian, and I can't read that. So if you're going to try and send me something to help me read Cybertronian, try read that right now. My camera's blurry, and it's really hard to read it, so yeah. There's a 5mm peg right here, which allows you to place them onto the sides of the card. Now, this will make it look like it has even weirder shanking stuff, so he could just drift and like cut a guy's legs off. Yeah, and the whole body, the whole handle bit is also 5mm peg, 5mm peg, so you can stick this into any of your other Transformers, except for some of your deluxe classics figures, as their hands are smaller than a 5mm peg. But I have managed to put this into Drift's hands as hard, and I think these swords work for him as they look like the sidearms of a samurai. Now, he does just come with 2 swords, nothing else. Not a gun, not another sword, nothing. He just says your swords. So if you're going to insult him about using swords, I have to cut your legs off with your swords. Okay, Now, I don't have anything to size comparison with because I just got up, so I got nothing. So forget about the size comparisons. Now, he's very nice. He's nicely painted. He's obviously just a repaint of our prime wheeljack. Now, he does roll pretty well. It may seem weird on this table as it's just like a little wonky. So he does roll really well. Each one rolls nicely. It's not cast in rubber as it may look. It does have the neon paint on the wheels. I guess you put a black light up, it may look actually quite cool. So my voice is weird. I have phlegm. So yeah. The windshield is transparent green plastic on top of regular neon green, so it kind of makes it just a little bit weird. So yeah, I guess we should just get down to the transformation. I'm not gonna be doing it on the table, so I'm just going to bring it up just a bit. Okay, so to start off, what you would do is break them. That didn't work. Okay, next. Okay, for what you really need to do is basically dislodge the sides as they are connected to. I'll show you in a second. Next, you would want to pull out the whole thing to reveal the arm. Now, the arm is connected to the car due to let me get the light right. Due to a peg here and a hole right there. So they would just peg in place now. You want to do this for the same, but you can grab it by the windshield now. Makes that a little bit easier. Now, they were on this weird double jointed thing, but I'll do that in a minute. Next, you would take the legs away from the main body of the car, and they're connected via a port here and a peg there, and just peg them in place. So you just remove this and bring the legs down. Now, there is a peg right there at the back of the car, and we'll just peg into one of the back pieces. Now you just want to move the arms out of the way on their double jointed thing, double jointed arm piece, and then you just, it doesn't make a big click, but you just hear like a slight one, and then there you go, legs connected. Next, what you would do is, I like to do this whole leg configuration while they're combined, because then you can do them both at the same time and just disconnect them when you're done. So you would rotate them, and the pegs on each side that will connect them to these bits will slot into two sides of the back legs. So just, you won't hear anything, so it's a slight one. And then you would take these bits and slide them down so they're closer to the shins, little knees. Then you would just take them and bend them to the side, so now they are the front of the legs. Then you would just disconnect them and rotate them so the car is facing forward. Rotate. And then you would just like even out the legs. Now I'm pretty sure I can get, nope, I can't get them to stand. Most things want to stand for me, so yeah. Next you would just orientate these bits so they are in line, so that they are in this configuration. And next you would just straighten out the arms. Just bend it into this position, and then they're on a joint here and here, and you would just take it and bend it back. And then for the hands bit, his hands are not just his wing screen, so just what you do is pop it, slide it out, and you reveal a hand. And that gives it his weird, this gives him like a weird neon laser elbow blade. And you would do the same for the other side, so I'm just going to do that off camera, as I've been doing for most of this video. So, and then there you go. Next bit, you would take the whole top section of the car and bring it down. It is just held in place by two grooves on this bit. Weak, but also keeps it in place. Next, you would just take it on this joint here and just this joint there to allow you to bring it up and reveal the head. And next there's a peg here and here and here that will peg into these slots right here and a slot down there. So just bring it down, and there you go. Now if you just want to leave them like that, that's cool, but you can still disconnect these and give him this. Now There we go. And this is the Transformers Prime RID line. Dead End. Now, I have to say, this figure is pretty good. I actually love this guy. I like how the legs are like just fully orange. That makes it work. And there's another the yellow. The yellow for the chest is pretty good. I love the neon green. The neon green is my favorite about this thing. Now, if you obviously he's just a slight repaint of Wheeljack, but he does have a different head. And I'm just going to bring the curtain back and look at that light piping. Dear God, that is terrifying. Wheeljack didn't even have that much light piping. Just his eyes. Hard. Yee. If you wanted to, you can bring it back a little further, and you can like just go on whole neon green on these sides, and that works. Okay, so now that I've done the transformation, I can't do a size comparison, so I'm just going to size comparison next to a candy wrapper. It's the fizzy belts that you can buy at Aldi's if you live in Ireland. This thing obviously trumps him in size, but if you just like hang by the table, he is technically big. But that's it. Now, before we get into all articulation stuff, let's get into weapon storage. Now, you can just, as I showed in the start, you can just take the 5mm ports here and peg them into the shoulder for the car. But there are slots here and here on the top of the figure that are meant to hold the sword. Now, you can do that each time, and that's it. That is your weapon storage, or you can get him holding it. Now, obviously, it's just a hole in the wrist, hold in the hand with the handle, and then just, there you go. And just, and you just do the same. That's it. And there you go. You give him his 2 neon green mega lightsabers. He's a ninja. He's a ninja Jedi. Ooh. Now, I don't know much about his origin story, but I'm pretty sure he's just a failed experiment. Yeah. Yeah, let's just get down to articulation. Articulation-wise, I'm just going to remove the sword so they don't knock off anything. His arm does a full 360, but due to the angle these are in, his arm just goes at a weird angle. His arms bends here. You can get like a weird, like super, sort of double jointed one. If it works, it works. But yeah. And his arms do like swivel side to side. Obviously, the other arm does the same. He does not have a waist move, but he does waist articulation. But his leg does go up, back. He just got a swivel joint in his upper leg. Goes up. He can bend it as far as that, and his foot does have posability. If you want to get him into some of those cool poses. Now, I don't know what pose to put him in, so I can't. His head is on a ball joint, but due to his chin being so pointy, you can't exactly turn his head that much, but he can go like, you can look straight up, that's what you want, so, excuse me. Now, that's really all I can say about this figure. Now, I know Prime's been done for a while, and so is the toy line, but if you do manage to find one of these at stores or at a car boot sale or on eBay for a cheap price, I do recommend this figure. But if you have a Wheeljack and you don't want a dead end, that's fine too. But if you don't have a Wheeljack, buy this figure. He's very good. Articulation's good, the paint's good, the swords are good. This is a thumbs up from Hotshot. Now, if you want to comment down below what you want me to review next or what you want me to buy, just write down in the comments below. Or I do have the other videos such as Hotshot Comics. Leave down in the comments below what comic book character origin you want me to do next. This has been Hotshot reviews of the Transformers Prime, the RID toy line, Deluxe Class of Dead End, and this is Hotshot saying, peace out, Transformers lovers.